What's up everybody? Hope you're doing well. This video will be the first in my series of core knowledge frameworks videos, and it's going to serve as the foundation upon which all of my other videos are going to be built. And what this series is going to be about in general, and this video as well, is laying out the core concepts and ideas through which I look at the game of Dota so that I can get a better understanding of the game and how it works. Through this understanding, not only do I believe you're better equipped to improve more efficiently at the game, but I think you're also better equipped to just have fun with the game. At least for me, there's a particular satisfaction I get from winning a game or making a strategy work that was my own original idea that came from my own understanding of the game and how I see it works, as opposed to just, finding a strategy online and copying it step by step. So without further ado, let's get into this core knowledge framework. What I'm about to tell you is I think the single most important bit of information, at least that I have, concerning better understanding and being able to improve at the game of Dota 2. And that is that Dota is, first and foremost, an economics and resource management game. Now, I'm sure you guys have considered that already. This is not some groundbreaking information, but I think even though some of us know that, we don't necessarily apply it to how we play the game and how we approach better learning and understanding the game. And that's what I want to share with you guys now. So before I get to why this is important and how you can apply it to your gameplay, let me first make sure we're on the same page and elaborate a little bit on what I mean when I say Dota is an economics and resource management game. So in every match of Dota, there is an economy. Every player is dropped into the same map with a finite amount of resources at any given time. And the vast majority of those resources are available to anyone on either team at pretty much any time. And both teams can actively interfere with each other in gaining those resources. So if I'm playing against you, I can steal your neutral camps on your side of the map, I can deny your last hits on creeps and on towers, and I can even fight you directly and kill you and take you out of the game for a while. Essentially, everyone is fighting over the same pile of gold. Alright, so why is this important? Why does that matter? Well, the amount of resources that you and your team has directly translates to how strong you guys are. So if you say that in order to win the game, you want to amass as many resources as possible as quickly as possible, then you are correct, but not entirely. This is where relative strength comes into play. If your team and the enemy team gains resources at about the same rate, then you guys stay on equal footing, like your relative strength stays roughly the same. So more important than getting resources as fast as possible is just making sure that you're getting resources faster than the enemy team, even if it means slowing yourself down a little bit in the process. But of course, the enemy team is also trying to gain the same advantage that you're trying to get. And if you'll remember, you guys have plenty of ways to interfere with each other. So every decision that either team makes first has to run through a costs-benefits analysis. And it's your job to make every action in the game as beneficial to you and your team as possible, while making it as costly to the enemy team as possible. So how does this apply to gameplay? Once you understand the importance of economy, all of your decisions start to filter through that lens. So here's what it actually looks like in a practical sense. So I'm in the midst of pushing mid after just coming from bottom lane, and I want to pressure this tower. What I'll see is Techies is here, and momentarily Windrunner will show up as well. Now, normally I wouldn't mind trading farm with the Windrunner, but with Techies around, it becomes much more dangerous. Windrunner can actually threaten to kill me if Techies is around. If he's not, then I don't think she's as much of a threat. I might be wrong on that since my shapeshift is on cooldown, but in my head, Windrunner alone doesn't threaten me, but with Techies, my life is in danger. So instead of pressuring the tower like I want to, I have to go back in jungle, because I don't feel safe sitting and trading farm with both Techies and Windrunner in the lane. However, after taking a moment to, while I'm farming, assess the situation, look around the map, I see Techies and Wind are wanting to pressure my tower. So what I end up doing is I actually TP bottom.
So now, Wind and Techies are still mid, which means there's at least 2 heroes that are not bottom. And we can pressure this tower without me fearing the kill threat of Wind and Techies, who at this point in the game I think are really the only 2 people who can threaten to kill me. So we end up getting this tower, we trade the mid tower for it, but we also get the kills on this Zeus. Techie shows up, he gets killed as well, I believe. And that's how I turn a disadvantageous situation, a costly situation, into a beneficial one for me. Now that I'm rewatching the video, what I would have known better, had I had better map awareness, is that both Wind and Techies had just teleported mid. They didn't walk there, which means my teleport to bottom was extra effective because both Wind and Techies, if they wanted to respond, had to walk over there. And that's why Techies didn't show up until after Zeus has already died, and the tower was already dead, and Wind probably was hesitating to show up. But yes, in order for them to even make that decision, they had to walk. They did not have the option of the teleport. So that further stacked the odds in my favor. And these are things that if you're aware of, you'll be able to take advantage of consistently. And again, this is something that I as an individual made happen, right? Like my team helped out with the kill and securing the last hit on the tower, but just me, instead of, crying that my tower is being hit, crying for help, or, just sitting in jungle and waiting and not looking for an opportunity for a better play, it kicks off this entire sequence of events. So this goes to show that even you as an individual player has a lot of influence on the costs and benefits of you and your team as well as the enemy team. You influence the enemy's decisions, and you have to aim to be as much of a pain as possible and be as costly to the enemy team as possible while being as beneficial to your own team as possible.
So to cap this off, I just told you what I think is the foundation to getting a better understanding of the game of Dota. You look at the game as a resource management and economics game where relative strength is the key to winning and every decision flows through a cost-benefits analysis, where it's your job to make every action in the game benefit you and your team as much as possible while costing as much as possible to the enemy team. But Dota's a complicated game, so whether you're asking yourself if you should chase a kill or farm the jungle or push a tower, even if you're looking at it through the lens of economy, the answer isn't always obvious, or it can take some time to think through it and reach a conclusion. So if you want to learn some systems to more efficiently figure out the answers to those questions, as well as what other questions you should be asking yourself, stay tuned to my videos by giving this a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.